We have breaking news, Vikings fans. Quarterback J.J. McCarthy has a torn meniscus, and he will undergo surgery here shortly. This was coming in from Kevin O'Connell, who had an emergency press conference that just got underway about 10 minutes ago. And then also J.J. McCarthy just tweeted out showing love to Viking Nation, saying, "Love you, Viking Nation. I'll be back in no time. Amor fati." And amor fati is a Latin phrase that means love of fate. But what does a timetable look like for JJ and a potential return? Well, a torn meniscus is a 4 to 8 week recovery. And with the Vikings having a bye week, week 6, I'd assume week 7 would be the absolute earliest for a return for JJ. But also, if this is a full meniscus repair, this will take 4 to 6 months. Now, if we get any more updates around a J.J. McCarthy injury news here, we will make a video for you guys ASAP. Literally just posted a video about 40 minutes ago here on the channel talking about the J.J. injury, and then we got just absolutely, terrible news that he will undergo surgery on his right knee. And, I made the comparison. This was from Purple for the Win podcast. He tweeted out, is the new Kevin O'Connell phrase general soreness, is that the new Mike Zimmer tweak? When Mike Zimmer said Daniil Hunter just had a tweak in his neck, and he ended up going season-ending neck surgery. And it turns out JJ will not be around this team for a good amount of time. And this is just absolutely devastating. JJ played his ass off against the Las Vegas Raiders. He really brought it to that defense. And, he looked NFL ready, and he looked ready to go. And I started making the argument that the Vikings should just start him week 1 no matter what, because I believe the Vikings Super Bowl window is going to be years 2 to 5 while JJ's still on his rookie contract. And I wanted them to get, rid of all those rookie mishaps and just rookie, mistakes out of the way. Well, JJ's probably not going to have that opportunity to do so as he is undergoing surgery. But he was great against the Las Vegas Raiders. These would be the only stats we would show around McCarthy for the foreseeable future. And, he tore it up. 11 of 17, 64.7 completion percentage, had 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Then he also had 18 rushing yards in that game versus Las Vegas. J.J. McCarthy, he looked great. We saw the dual threat ability. We also saw that, J.J. looked NFL ready. He was able to make almost every throw in the book. Obviously, his footwork was a little shaky in the pocket, but he still definitely lived up to that hype. And, it's just disappointing that he won't be able to get more reps this preseason specifically. And, it got me to asking myself this question. Are the Minnesota Vikings cursed? I mean, this was a fantastic offseason for Minnesota. You didn't overpay for Kirk Cousins. You let Daniil Hunter walk. You brought in a ton of dogs on the defensive side of the football. You were able to get a bridge quarterback in Sam Darnold. And then after the Kyrie Jackson passing, J.J. McCarthy tears his meniscus, the Jordan Addison DUI situation. I mean, truly, the last couple of months being a Vikings fan has been brutal because our optimism was at an all-time high. And now you can't, help yourself from just being a little pessimistic about this group, heading into the season. But Sam Darnold will be the week 1 starting quarterback. There's no doubt about that right now as J.J. McCarthy is undergoing surgery. I'll explain to you guys why here in a little bit, why I still believe in Sam Darnold, and why this Viking support system is the biggest reason why I believe Sam Darnold will be able to succeed. But against the Raiders, against the first-team defense, he went right up the field, had 8 attempts on 4 completions, 59 yards, did not find the end zone, did not throw an interception, but it came down to a 4th and 2 play, back of the end zone, tight window, and Jalen Naylor couldn't catch the football, and, maybe Sam could have had a better throw on that. But Sam Darnold's going to be the quarterback the Vikings are rocking with week 1 and, probably for a majority of the NFL season. But I do want to spam the comment section with J.J. McCarthy's jersey number. He needs our support right now as this is just disappointing news. So if you guys want to show J.J. McCarthy some love, type those 9s down below in the comment section. Show the young quarterback our support as, this is just absolutely devastating. Devastating times to be a Vikings fan, but hey, we're not going to let that slow us down here on the channel. So if you guys want to show J.J. McCarthy some love, type those 9s down below. Now, coming up next year, I do want to explain why I still believe in Sam Darnold, why I think with, everything around the Minnesota Vikings, the support system we have, Kevin O'Connell, why that will lead to his best NFL career so far. So you guys know I'm an optimistic fan, so I got to try to spin zone this in the best way possible. But before we dive into it, I do want to give a massive shout out to today's sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app and use promo code CLNS, and we'll match your first deposit up to $100. Now, Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active users. PrizePicks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, on PrizePicks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the PrizePicks community today. Now, week 1 of the football season is just around the corner, and this is the lineup I'm rolling with. I'm taking the more on Caleb Williams passing yards at 236.5. I'm going to take the more on Jefferson's receiving yards at 89.5. Then also DJ Moore. I'm going to take the more on his receiving yards as he will be Caleb's number 1 option against the Tennessee Titans. So I'm going to take the more on his 63.5 receiving yards. Now, download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Now, why still to believe in Sam Darnold? Now, the most important reason is he is only 27 years old, and he just turned 27 in June. And if you guys know, Aaron Rodgers made his first start in the NFL when he was 25. Jordan Love made his first start in the league when he was 24 years old. So there is definitely still some untapped potential in Sam Darnold's game. Again, me trying to put an optimistic spin on this, devastating news for the Minnesota Vikings. But also this, I think he's be playing in the best support system by far that he has in his NFL career. Now, when he was drafted by the New York Jets, that was a disaster of an organization, went to Carolina. Obviously, they are not the most well-run team in the National Football League. And then he was just a backup for the San Francisco 49ers. So even though they had a great support system, he never really got a chance to succeed in that system. But with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Darisaw, Brian O'Neill, Aaron Jones fixing the run game, and then hopefully TJ Hawkinson makes his way back from injury quickly. But even if he does miss time, you still got Robert Tonyan, N'Keal Harry, you still got a bunch of guys who can, fulfill that tight end position, even if Hawkinson is out. So Sam Darnold, he'll be playing with a loaded team around him. And plus, if the Vikes could somehow sign Stephon Gilmore, I mean, this defense will be easily a top 10 unit in the National Football League. And more speaking to his potential here, he was a top 3 pick for a reason. He's a big body, he's got good mobility, can touch every blade of grass on the football field. There was a reason out of USC, every NFL, front office had some sort of infatuation with Sam Darnold. And I will want to make this quick point around J.J. McCarthy. I don't think this is necessarily a panic the alarm situation. I understand this is unfortunate. I understand we want to see him out there in preseason. I was making the case that he should start week 1 versus the New York Giants. But more likely than not, JJ was going to sit a majority of this year, as he did just turn 21 years old in January. So even heading into next season, he will only be 22 if this is the worst case scenario where it is a 4 to 6 month recovery. So it is unfortunate, but again, this is a process. We are getting JJ for hopefully the next 15 years here in Minnesota. It's not like our Super Bowl window was necessarily this upcoming year. I thought it was more, years 2 to 4 of JJ's rookie deal. But, again, this is just incredibly disappointing. But, my fourth reason on Sammy Dimes and why I'm a believer in him is he's coming from San Francisco. Now, I'm a huge believer that everybody is a product of their environment. I forget who said this quote, but it was you are a little bit or you are a certain percentage of your 5 best friends. And I fully believe that. With the tutelage of Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, just how they conduct their day-to-day process up there in San Francisco, I think that's going to translate to his time here in Minnesota. And he had a great coach in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan, but he's also going to have another great coach here with the Vikes. I mean, Kevin O'Connell, what he was able to do with Jaron Hall, Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins last year, I think that speaks to how of an elite offensive play caller he truly is. He's going to put Darnold in the best position he can to succeed. And, I just think Kevin O'Connell, being one of the best offensive minds in the league, we are going to see the best ball Sam Darnold has played in his entire NFL career. And, also more on O'Connell is just I saw it in the preseason game. He schemed up both of JJ's touchdowns. It was Tristan Jackson on the left side. That was wide open. And then the play action they ran to Trent Sherfield on the corner route, that was a wide open play. I could have made those throws. So, hopefully Kevin O'Connell will be able to capture some of that juice and have it translate to the regular season. As, I don't want to be, too negative, but, it is going to be a rough start to this season as we open up on the road at MetLife Stadium against the Giants. That's going to be a hostile environment. Then we got the Niners coming home the following week, and then it's the Texans. Then we're, in London against the Jets. And obviously we got to deal with our own division with the Lions and Packers being some of the better teams in the entire NFL. So, this may be a long year for the Vikings, but it's going to be fun. And who knows? What if Sam Darnold plays like Kirk Cousins did last year? And we were talking about the Vikings winning a Super Bowl after the Niners game and the Packers game. Like, I could see Sam Darnold kind of capturing some of that magic here. But, overall, it's just disappointing on McCarthy. He played great against the Las Vegas Raiders, and it is just incredibly, disappointing that he's not going to be able to go through those rookie woes, get those rookie mistakes out of his system. And it is just it's just disappointing for my man JJ because, he looked great against Las Vegas. And, I'm just really hoping he's able to, make a full recovery. Hopefully it's a 4 to 6 week injury. So maybe we could get him at some point during this season. But if it is a 4 to 6 month recovery, we won't see him. So put him in bubble wrap. Can't see the football field for a very long time. So that's disappointing. As I was actually looking forward to the joint practice against the Cleveland Browns, but this just definitely, hinders that just a little bit. But, hey, I said the Vikings are cursed at the beginning of today's show. You guys let me know. Be honest with me. Are the Minnesota Vikings a cursed franchise? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no down below. Now, if you guys want more content around the Minnesota Vikings on your Twitter timeline, that's my handle right there, at Pat Sieps. Link for that in the comments and description of today's show. Give me a follow over there. I'll give you a follow right back. But make sure you guys do type your 9s to show JJ some support. See you guys next time. Skol Vikes.